Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to F122, my team career mode for Season 6, Race Number 2, Saudi Arabia. Unfortunately, I lost the recording for this first intro of this video up to qualifying, so this is my second time doing the intro. We took pole position ahead of our teammate Lando Norris and last year's title rival George Russell. Let's see how we can do in the race. Here we go. Alright, it is going to be a soft tire to medium tire race. Here we go, the formation lap. Believe this is the first time I believe this is the first time I've ever done a formation lap on this series. At least a manual, because I'm pretty sure I did do at one point a broadcast version of the formation lap. See me just checking behind me to see Lando still right there. We are chasing our 5th world title of the series. We won in Bahrain ahead of Lando Norris and Sergio Perez, so that was a good way to start the season off. I know I normally don't show the formation lap. I'm sure you guys are getting kind of bored of it, so I did not realize I had the formation lap on, so I'll be changing that for the next race, which will be China, the return to Shanghai. The first time we'll be racing in Shanghai with these cars in this series. We've already done a race sort of in the Dankus Seb series, but of course, if you guys have seen that episode, you will know that I actually took a early DNF after clobbering the rear end of someone. Perfect. Here we go. Here in Saudi Arabia for race 2, it's 5 red lights, and it's a lights out, and away we go. We tried to squeeze Checo in, but in the end, didn't really work out as our old teammate, span us around, and now it's Lando Norris, versus George Russell, Martin Archer Racing v. Oracle Red Bull Racing, just as it was in Season 1 of this series. And just as it was for the last, last 3/4 of, last season, ever since Russell, won in Miami, it really has been, us v. Red Bull. Us meaning, our team. Of course, we get ahead of Théo Pourchaire. Not exactly as clean as I would want it to be, but unfortunately that's what happens sometimes. At least we know that Lando is leading, here in Saudi Arabia. Russell, I will say, he had the car to do it. He had the race pace to do it, after his win in Miami to go for the championship. But the fact that Red Bull had just not been a good car, the first 3 races, that kind of dampened, that did kind of hamper, Russell's championship, hopes, and it showed later on in the season when he was missing, the points necessary, and then we took the win in Singapore. And then even when he lost the, second place in the championship in the last race to Lando Norris, that was definitely gut, punching for George. But he's back now, and I'm sure he, with Red Bull, now, oh, and we lose the car. Oh my gosh. We lost the car big time there. VSC is out, but I don't think we can move the car. So we now can. We do get the car moving again. I want to pit now under this, because no one else has. We're going to go onto the hard compound tire and hope that this works. So, taking the gamble of pitting under the VSC, very easily the better decision. As, we'll have the advantage of, being able to go all the way, through the race. As we come out 41 seconds behind Tsunoda. Mark is saying that we'll be doing one more stop today. That is not true. So Mark, you can just shut your little trap. I know what I'm doing, hopefully. What we're doing is we're going to be running the rest of the race on these tires and seeing how that works. If it doesn't work, then, well, hopefully we can at least scrounge up some points so we don't lose out terribly to Lando and George. Lando's still ahead of Russell. However, Russell is sticking up with Lando. I'm surprised there wasn't a R&D reset or regulation change at the end of last season, because were we dominant as ever last few seasons. Red Bull, yes, they kind of came out of nowhere after Miami. They started taking race wins. There was that one point where they won Silverstone and then had their 1-2 in Austria, and then it seemed like they were going to be going on to France to win, but that was actually dominated by you keep on talking to me, Mark. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to scream at you to shut your trap again. I know what I'm doing. No one else took the gamble to pit under the VSC. I did. Well, yes, everyone else got back going while we were in the pits. We, in the end, lost less time than what we would have if we had gone under green flag conditions, racing conditions. In the end, I do believe we may have made a slight mistake if we can't catch up to the back of the field, but we will see what happens. Nope, Mark, we are not. And I think you need to shut your trap. So we already made our one and only pit stop at the race. I don't get it. I just don't get the penalty system in this game. So we already see some drivers pitting. Didn't even go over the line, pal. So yeah. Fuck you. So yeah, possibly a slight mistake going on, hitting under the VSC. I have no idea when the VSC ended. I think Mark is incorrect to try and pull me in. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. There goes the engine. The engine has gone up and went pop. Generally not surprised, but yeah, really unfortunate. Halfway through the race, and we have to retire the race, retire the car. So that does it. That's our race over. In the end, Lando Norris does pick up the pieces, takes home a race win, first of the season. He will be taking over the points lead. And Felipe Drugovich, a third career podium, third for the Scuderia, third in his career. Well done, Lando. It is George Russell who finishes P2 to score quite a bit of points for Red Bull. Well done to the podium 3. This just was not meant to be our race. So what surprises me is Leclerc, he also had a pretty dismal race, going from P5 to P8. Jehan Daruvala goes from P10 to P7, so maybe Daruvala may be able to find something in that Red Bull this year, and maybe he'll be able to stay for a full season in the Red Bull seat. George Russell gets on the podium once again, first time since Brazil season 4, as he did not finish on the podium either at all in Bahrain or in Abu Dhabi. So with that saying, Lando Norris with a 16-point lead over George Russell, 18 points ahead of myself, is the gap between me and my teammate. And in the Constructors' Championship, it's 31 points ahead of Ferrari, and 3 points further back, Red Bull moves ahead of McLaren by 1 point into P3.